Abortion, Justin Trudeau's latest defense for going to a gender-segregated mosque. I'm Brian Lilly with the Rebel.media. It's been bizarre from the beginning. It was odd to see it with my own eyes. Justin Trudeau attending a mosque ceremony, a prayer service at the main Ottawa mosque, one where men were on the main floor and women were upstairs, something Trudeau even acknowledged as he was speaking.
We are a place that has figured out that diversity can be a source of strength, not just a source of weakness. And as I look at this beautiful room with the sisters upstairs, everyone here.
Now, his initial defense of this was diversity. Now, Trudeau and his band of Liberals are claiming support for abortion is one of the reasons for this. Don't believe me? Well, let's go through the evidence. The day after that mosque visit, David Akin from National Post quizzed Trudeau on how he, as a feminist, could defend going there. We've already played you this video, but let's play a little bit again. Trudeau's defense was he was standing up for Canadian diversity by going to an event where men and women were separated and the sisters had to be upstairs.
The values that define Canada include respect and openness towards our full diversity. Indeed, understanding that diversity is a source of strength, not a source of weakness, is why I think that politicians need to be focused on bringing people together rather than fomenting divisions.
And then in the House of Commons this week, as Parliament resumed, the Bloc Québécois decided to ask two questions on this. The first response from the Minister for the Status of Women, Patty Hajdu, was that, well, this was about diversity. But pressed again, you won't believe where she went. That the Trudeau Liberals support abortion, therefore it's okay.
As we have seen recently, our Prime Minister went to a mosque, and the Bloc Québécois wants to know that if these people had been homosexuals or indigenous people or black people who were in the balcony instead of women, would it have been more or less acceptable for this government? And would the Prime Minister still have agreed to speak?
The Honourable Minister for the Status of Women.
Mr. Speaker, this government is committed to gender equality in all areas of Canadian life, but we're also committed to respecting the diversity of Canadian communities. We will visit with people in ways that are appropriate for their communities, whether it is a military community, whether it is a religious community, whether it is Indigenous community. I'm very proud of a government that understands that in order to develop relationships, you must be respectful of the community that you're in.
Honourable Member, Mr. Speaker, for us in Quebec, equality between men and women is fundamental, and it's a deal breaker. And we can tell that that is not the case for this government. Will the Minister of Status of Women, does she find it acceptable that her Prime Minister speak in a mosque that practices sexual segregation? Is that the Liberals' Canada, Mr. Speaker?
The Status of Women.
Mr. Speaker, a fundamental component of feminism is supporting women's right to choose. And when we respect communities and they're safe communities and we meet them in a place where they have determined the rules of engagement, that is exactly what we believe in when we support feminism in this country. Thank you very much.
I don't know what abortion and gender segregation at a public event attended by the Prime Minister has to do with one another. I really don't, especially what are they going to say? All right, we support abortion as long as you're upstairs in the balcony, as long as the women are completely separated from men. These two things don't go together at all, and I'm quite sure that if Trudeau had shown up and started preaching about abortion at the mosque, it wouldn't have been overly welcome. Just like it wouldn't have been welcomed had he shown up and started saying, you know what, this is Canada, we don't believe in this, and I'm not going to give my imprimatur to this by showing up and speaking to you. Trudeau was able to reach out to the Muslim community in different ways. He could have gone to a public event at a nearby community center, spoken to them where men and women would not have been segregated, but by doing what he did, he has given a clear signal that he's okay with this. Despite his claim of being a feminist, he is okay with having the sisters upstairs, as he put it. And now he's reaching so far, the diversity card isn't working. He's reaching so far as to say, we support abortion, therefore we're good. We are true feminists because of that. Doesn't matter that we go to these events. Doesn't matter that we accept the separation of men and women, the relegation of women to being upstairs. According to people I've spoken to, he's gone to other mosques where not only are the women upstairs or in the basement, but they're covered off with an actual curtain, lest anyone actually see them. These are the sorts of events Justin Trudeau goes to while claiming to be a feminist and getting support from women's groups across the country. Maybe for those groups he's right. Abortion and support for it is all that they really care about. But for the vast majority of women, I think that they're more interested in seeing women treated equally, regardless of where the Prime Minister is and regardless of what setting he's in. They just want women treated equally. Trudeau didn't do that. Trudeau doesn't seem to believe in speaking up for that unless he's at the United Nations or another event, but definitely not while appearing at Ottawa's main mosque.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.